And let me just say before I dive in, if for any reason this all falls apart and no one can hear anything or people lose their video, we can do this via chat. So let me just indicate where your chat is. It's the little voice bubble that would come out of Charlie Brown's mouth that when you hover your mouse underneath your chin, you see it. So just make sure you know where that is just in case the shit hits the fan, my darlings.
Wait, now I don't see my face, my dear, so I don't know where.
All right, well, hover yourself about an inch below your initials, and you'll see a little lineup of icons. Can you see it, Kate?
I can see the icons, yeah.
Okay, there
Oh,
you go.
I see the chat button. I do see the chat button. Okay. That's
Very good.
okay.
Just so
Yeah,
you know.
okay.
Okay. So here's our story, my beloveds. We have the opportunity to have Jess Whitman's murals that she made for the Green River Festival that she has been keeping lovingly in her barn since last summer. And I sent you all an email about what they look like. They're sort of cool Peter Maxey, fun, really cheerful, really brightly colored pieces. They're not that huge. They're pieces of plywood, so they're 4x8. And I think MJ thought we could maybe do 3 of them that Jess can choose. Should we agree that this is a good idea and everybody goes along with it? And MJ has also said that she is willing to utilize, I think it's block grant money. I forget what little pot it comes out of, but she's willing to purchase plexiglass or whatever the appropriate material is to protect them because, of course, you know, somebody's going to spray paint a penis on something. So we need to cover them up and take care of them. And so that will be paid for. So in essence, we have nothing we need to pay for or do in any way, shape, or form except to approve this idea so that it's official on the books for MJ. So does anybody have any questions about that proposal that is on the table today? And if there and is there any discussion? So off you go.
Linda, this might be a really stupid question. Maybe I missed this somewhere, but where are these going?
Oh, okay. It's called 1 Main Street. It's the sort of hole to death that is near.
Right, I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you may not have noticed it yet, but there is now a big wall of plywood up so that you don't.
I did see that. I saw that.
Yeah. So that's where it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
What else are people thinking about or concerned about or excited about or any of the above?
Linda, did you want me to try to share them from my email so you guys can be looking
shared
at them?
screen? Sure, that would be fun.
I'll try.
I downloaded them, so I've got them. I can see them. I downloaded them.
What's the street traffic like downtown now?
You know, I have only been driving by because I've chosen to use Foster's as my supermarket of choice, and I only go there about every 3 weeks. The traffic that I've observed is very minimal pedestrian, but more than you might think in terms of cars. So there is car traffic back and forth. But there's a real minimum of pedestrian traffic in my observation. Would you say that's right, Kate? Would you back that up?
Yeah, I actually walk down there a fair amount, and I see, there's a fair amount of traffic, but not, definitely less people walking, and about the traffic is about half, I guess.
I'd say, yeah, that's my observation is traffic is about half, but it's kind of interesting because I expected it to be as low as the foot traffic, but no, people are still going to places.
You know what, Linda, you know what we've been doing just the last couple of days, my husband and I have just been getting in the car and just driving places and not even getting out just to get out of go somewhere, like scenic drives up in Vermont, that sort of thing.
That's so great. That's a good idea, actually. You're in the comfort of your car, but yet you get a different view. We've been hiking on the weekends, and that's been very helpful just to get outside. But, you know, even that's dicey because you have to do the research beforehand because there's quite a few places that are closed to the public now.
Right. I walk up behind. Yeah.
Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
The pictures now? Okay.
Yep, they're great. So yeah, so what do you think of this idea, women? Do you think it's a good idea?
What is the idea?
the idea of utilizing these. Oh, look, yay, it's Joanna.
Hey.
Hey, Boo, how are you? Oh my God, I think of you all the time. You are captured and you're captured. Are you doing okay?
Oh my God, I'm in I just don't
Holy
even begin
shit.
to know when I'm going to be back in the world.
Oh my God, it's insane for you.
Yeah.
Well, want some good news? Here we go,
Yes.
girl. Here's some good news. Once upon a time, MJ called me and said, Linda, we have this wall of plywood at 188 Main, which is that little death hole down to the railroad tracks where they took down the building. There's a wall of plywood up there now. She said Wissman, Wissman, is an artist friend of mine who created the very art that you're looking at right in front of you, right here, these paintings. She created them, and she asked me after Green River Festival, she said, do you know anybody who would like to display them? So I just kept that in my mind. And then when MJ called and said, let's put something up on the evil, ugly plywood, and I said, I know just the thing to do that will not cost any money. So she has offered these posters. Each of them is 4 foot by 8, and each of them is painted with acrylic paint. So she thinks, we haven't done the measuring yet, but she thinks that 3 of them will go on. Jess is thrilled about it. The only thing that she wants is she wants to have a covering, like a shield on them, like a plexiglass something or other on them to protect them from spray painted penises and the like. Which seems absolutely reasonable and fair. And MJ is going to pay for it. MJ is all good about it. She says she can take money, and I can't remember what her little pot of money is that she's taking it out of. I think it's block grant money, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So it will be taken care of. So do you know which it is, Robin?
I don't. I did just send her a message to see if I can find out.
Yeah.
So we can
it's not that we care. Rob on it for records. We don't care. Just pay for it, for Christ's sake. So we have to make a vote if we think if we give our blessing to this public art display. Now, that said, it's a loan.
Interrupt again.
Okay.
When you vote, you need to introduce a motion. You know that?
Yes, got it. Yeah, I will do that. I just want everything out there first. Yeah, got it. And and the other thing to tell you in terms of information is that this will be temporary, right? Because the plywood wall is not going to be up there forever. I don't know what is going to be up there, but it's temporary, and we will not own the murals. We will be essentially having the murals on loan, okay? So that's all the information I have, and feel free to chat, question, blow it up, knock it down, pick it up, whatever.
So can I just ask a clarifying question?
Mm-hmm.
They'll be protected. The plexiglass will protect them from vandalism, which why would we be at all concerned about that in Greenfield?
Right.
But also from weather?
Yes, both.
How did we get jurisdiction into this unsightly area?
I'm sorry, I heard 2 people talk.
How did we get jurisdiction? Like, how did
it city property? They took it by some version of eminent domain.
And so we are kind of like the aesthetic committee for the town.
Yep.
So MJ needs our approval for this.
Yes.
Okay.
I know. There you go. That is correct. And I think I heard another voice. If anybody else.
That was Kate. That's
hey.
Hi. That was the video list person. I'm trying to load my video. I don't know. It's not working. But my question is, so is she going to actually paint these posters, or are these going to be her?
Done. They're in her barn. They're in her barn right now. Yep, they're all done.
So she's gonna bring them and then put them on, and then we'll have these 3 posters on the wall right there with plexiglass over them.
Yep.
Okay.
And they're solid. I actually saw them. I hung out with her while she was painting them. This was a live art presentation at Green River Festival this summer. And that's how I met her. I was like, this is so cool. This is so Peter Maxey. Oh my God. And you're like 26. How do you even know? And so we had a great chat about it and everything. And she painted them during the festival. So I got to see them. They're very sturdy, but they do need to be protected. As a matter of fact, you know what, honestly, Joanna, I don't think they even need to be protected from the weather because they're on big plywood pieces and all that, but the plexiglass will protect them from the weather as well as vandalism. So they're there, they're in her barn.
Because they're all from 2019 then, aren't they?
Yep.
Even the ones that are not dated, like there's some that are the performers.
Right.
Yeah, they were all made at the same time. Yep.
Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. All right. I
And
think
we
they're
have
great.
room for 3.
I think so. It's going to be depending on the measurements. MJ hasn't been out with it. I was going to say slide rule. That's so dumb. With a tape measure. MJ hasn't been out there with a tape measure to get it just right. It'll be 3 or 4.
I think it's a great idea. I like it.
For a motion, do you want to go ahead and offer that motion, Kate?
Yeah, I motion that we agree to post 4 of these posters on that blank space on 188 Main Street.
Great. And if you could just say, rather than the number, so that we're not held to it, could you just say the posters? Is that all right if I amend?
Yes.
Okay,
I motion that we add these posters to the wall that is available in downtown Greenfield.
Great, 188. Okay, wonderful. Is there?
I second.
Great,
I second
Joanna has seconded. All right,
Okay.
and why don't we do a verbal, since we can't see everybody's face, one at a time. We'll start with Joanna, aye or nay?
Aye.
Kate, aye or nay?
Aye.
Andrea, aye or nay?
Aye.
You vote to accept the poster to 188 Main Street. I think that's just lovely. And that completes the activity of our meeting. I can call an adjournment and we can continue to chat if you guys want to. I call the meeting to
adjourn.
I just have a question about, the timeline for this, like
I don't know.
when,
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. You know what I can do though, when I find out from MJ what the DW has for a schedule, I can let you know. We'll let you guys know.
that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, so could we get a
Wait.
motion to, oh, go ahead.
Wait, Linda, were we supposed to decide which one of these posters we wanted?
Oh, you know what? Jess wanted to decide. I don't think
Oh, okay.
we're
Oh,
not the
okay, fine.
deciders. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay,
not the
okay,
deciders.
Okay.
Actually, is everybody happy with letting Jess decide? I didn't even ask that question. Is that okay if she makes the decision of what she wants up?
It seems like that's an appropriate, as the artist, it's essentially her installation. And so why should we not allow her the full decision making?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Normal and customary.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I
Okay.
just thought I was confused. I thought we were supposed to decide which ones we
Yeah,
wanted.
no,
But
the great
okay,
news is we
perfect.
don't even have to make that decision. So now we just have to have somebody move to adjourn the meeting in a second, and then that will be done, and we can catch up with each other a little bit. Who moves that we should?
To adjourn?
Thank you so much. Second.
I can second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
great. Meeting adjourned. So how about you guys? What do you think about all of this? Holy shit, right?
Unfreaking believable.
Wow.
Just really I'm in week 8 of
Oh, man.
don't go out of your house.
Oh,
So, and yesterday I'm meeting with all my healthcare providers through the computer, which is nuts.
no, that's ridiculous.
But the conversation I had with my neurologist who's out at UMass Memorial is, on the one hand, the answer to pretty much every question you could possibly ask is, we don't really know.
Yeah, I know, right?
On the other hand, they're telling their patients, because we're all their patients are all immunosuppressed.
Was that right?
So they're saying, do the best you can to have a plan in place, thinking that there may be a second wave late in the summer.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's probably going to
Whatever
happen.
is going on, whatever they're talking about, you know, if we've plateaued, if it starts to come down, that's good news. But we're not out of the woods because they're expecting a second coming.
And I do think that, you know, we've got Texas and Georgia and, you know, all of these states that are just setting us up for one. I mean, I don't know how we don't have one if you know, we've got this sort of herd mentality thing going on in a bunch of states. Pretty crazy.
Could we do a check in how it's like affecting people, like in their,
Good
besides
call.
leasing and all that? Like, so for example, like my work hasn't changed very much, except I don't have to do any hospitality. But I, you know, at this
Ah,
temple, there's no cookies and juice for me anymore. But the counseling, the teaching, even the worship has gone online.
wow.
Yeah.
So how are
Just
you, so like with a check-in on you, Andrea, how is that affecting your head, mood, life, blah, blah, blah?
well, I think I'm in this big like stillness with everyone, and I'm as cautious as I, you know, wish to be, which is pretty cautious. I'm sure I'm having the same adjustment as all of you, trying to have real connections over, you know, 2 dimensions. But, you know, again, my work is very meaningful. It's satisfying. So, and I have a couple of little interesting outlets. I'm just that type of person that I usually keep a lot of things going on. I'm going to be in the Silverthorn show on May 4th.
No.
I'm student number 9.
Excellent. It's the
Not
best
it's
number.
not,
It's totally
it's
the
not a
best
name
number.
card, but I have some good lines, and it's very lovely to watch a very seasoned director kind of, you know, help her people deepen in the script and stuff like that. It's very
Who
interesting.
is directing for you?
That's Lucinda.
Great, 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 great.
Andrea,
I
Andrea, I
saw,
didn't hear what you said. What you're going to be in what on May 4th? I didn't hear
I'm going to
you.
be in a play about a play. It's a play about Kent State,
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
wow.
cool.
and it's on the 50th anniversary. And the author rewrote it a little bit so that it could be better produced flat, you know, in this kind of format. He took some of the action out. But anyways, I saw the Hive is closed down.
It's not closed. Oh, I'm
Oh,
so glad to give you the information. And there needs to be a press release about this. It's not closed down. It has moved across the street. This is very
Oh.
interesting information. So just to fill you in, it's all good. It's all good. To fill you in, Rachel Katz, who runs the Greenfield Gallery, who I'm sure all of you know, has
Yeah.
made the decision that she would like to donate her building to a real estate cooperative. The gallery will become a cooperative. The Hive, which had already been slated to be a co-op, that the second floor with the same amount of square footage as the first floor of World Eye. And then the third floor is her apartment, and she is writing the contract with the real estate cooperative to give her the opportunity to live in the house, in that apartment for the rest of her natural life. And she is donating the building, so it's a free. The building is, it still has a mortgage with the bank, but essentially, you know, a